Hi, James Hayes, Don's Appliances. I'm retail sales out of the Canonsburg location. Here today with Rob Sobek, and he handles outside sales for us. How are you today, Rob?
I'm wonderful, and I'm also at the Canonsburg location.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about what to prepare for when you come in to look for new appliances. You know, what do you need to do to bring with you to be prepared to make the best choices, so we know what we can get for you along the way.
And it is a large landscape here in appliances, so James is going to ask you a lot of different questions for replacement business when something is dead and you need it now, which we can do, versus a new construction home or a remodeled home where it's a little bit of a blank canvas, but there are going to be things in the way.
Sure. So, you know, some things are a little simpler to replace than others. You can look at ranges. They tend to be very kind of standard in size, but sometimes you run into some interesting pieces. You know, letting us know things like, is it a slide-in, roughly how old it is, versus a freestanding, or even knowing what those things are. Sometimes it's best just to bring me photos of your what you have, and then measure your openings, so we have all that sort of information. We can make that type of distinction for you. Some things are a little trickier though when you start getting into maybe refrigeration. One of the things I hear commonly is, I have a standard size refrigerator. And Rob will tell you there's no such thing as a standard size refrigerator.
I need a regular fridge.
Yeah, so, you know, I don't know, if someone's coming in, I would typically recommend bringing me measurements of cutouts, and, you know, also really important, measurements of your doorways getting in and out of the house, right?
We're in Pittsburgh, Mount Lebanon, Squirrel Hill, downtown, really anywhere at the end of the day. But as a former installer, I can tell you, fridges in Mount Lebanon, please bring doorway measurements.
Yeah, so yeah, everyone thinks they want the biggest fridge they could possibly get, but 9 times out of 10, that 30 cubic foot LG won't fit through most doorways. So that's a really important thing to have with you. And then other things, when you start getting into cooktops and wall ovens, those get a little bit trickier. So a lot of people will come in and with measurements of the outside dimension of their cooktop and be like, my cooktop's 36 by 21. That's great. What's really important there is going to be what's happening underneath of it in the cutout kind of world. So a lot of times, you know, and this is true for any appliance, even if you can just get me a model number, in the world of like a cooktop, it's usually on the bottom, which is sometimes tough to look under there to grab. But, you know, all your appliances somewhere will have a label with a model number stuck on it. If you can get that, 95% of the time we can find your dimensions of your old appliance.
Because we're the professionals and we have access to programming to go back. I've pulled specifications on appliances that are 40, 45 years old. And even so, builders, contractors, kitchen remodelers, do-it-yourselfers don't necessarily follow specs either. So we can have a really good idea, but on built-in appliances, we do offer a site check service where you pay a nominal fee and we get somebody out there with the specifications of what you want to buy. They pull the current appliance, they measure everything, verify that it's going to fit, and that just gives you that peace of mind, knowing that this is going to go in and it won't go south.
Sure. And then the other thing to maybe keep in mind too is, you know, when you're replacing appliances, I think there's a lot of older homes in our area where we run into some interesting colors and stuff that used to exist before. Bisque, I saw a Harvest Gold Range the other day. That hasn't
Avocado.
Yeah, those haven't been a thing since the 70s. But, you know, keep in mind that, you know, usually things are going to be a little bit more restricted. So maybe keep in mind that along the way that, you know, maybe it is time to start updating some of your other appliances to have matching suites. So, you know, if you're looking for Bisque appliances now, it's a very limited sort of market. So a lot of customers are going with black stainless maybe to kind of piece it together along the way, because black and Bisque pair really well together. Some people just go ahead and go all in and just replace everything at one time and go with stainless steel, so they don't have that mix match kitchen happening.
Yeah, and some of those package deals that we run with the manufacturer rebates, in-store specials. I mean, we've got huge deals on, you know, Samsung packages, LG packages, KitchenAid packages, where you buy it all and really 1 or even 2 appliances end up netting down to free. So why not replace them all at once?
Sure, 100%. There's amazing deals happening right now. So Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything you think maybe I missed there that there's probably a ton of things I missed, but anything that you think is important to touch on?
So I would probably say in retail replacement, I would imagine that refrigerators and laundry get returned the most whenever it comes to didn't fit, didn't work, wrong swing, wrong fuel, anything like that.
100%.
And we, in our laundry sections in every showroom, we have a nice big Dawn's Appliances sponsored plaque that shows you what a 110 volt cord looks like, what a 220 volt cord looks like, and what a gas connector looks like. And our salespeople should be asking you what your fuel type is. And if you come in unprepared, that's okay. We can always communicate once you go home, get photos and verify. But laundry rooms, we have a lot of dryers on the wrong side because of where the closest outside wall is and the builder ran the vent 30 years ago, etc. But I would definitely say asking what floor your laundry's on. Spaces in the way of, we have a lot of townhomes in Pittsburgh.
Sure.
So a lot of laundry closets. You got to really focus on depth. Washing machine pans are very popular.
100%.
They can stop you from the bigger front load machines and stop your doors from closing or stop someone from walking through your hallway. So it's pretty important to come in knowing what your space is and what you want and what you can get. Doesn't necessarily always align, but our job is to kind of find that middle ground and then get it to you the next day.
Sure. Yeah. Laundry is huge because a lot of the houses here in our area, we do have those laundry pans, and everyone wants the biggest front loaders you can fit. And the reality is, there's not many front loaders that fit into those pans. There's I think 2 or 3 on the market right now that fit pretty comfortably.
And they are very average size.
Yes.
They are not what we would call
large capacity.
Right.
But yeah, so having that sort of information available to us when you stop in is huge. So if you even if you can grab just a quick measurement of that pan before you stop in, massively beneficial for us.
We got to know what we're getting into. We try to ask all the questions on the forefront. It can seem like we're asking too much, but we really are trying to protect you at the end of the day and make sure you make the right choice. Because something that sets us apart from the box stores is we really don't have salespeople where you walk in, you don't give us any information and say, I want to buy this. And we say, okay, be there tomorrow. It's just not that simple. And it is to protect you. At the end of the day, we want to make sure you get the right thing and get the right product for what you want to do with it. And if you come in and you need a refrigerator and you buy a counter depth refrigerator and no one asked you if a full size wall was on one side, you will be very sad whenever you cannot open your right door more than 2 inches because it hits the wall. So sometimes, full depth, counter depth, certain widths, we've been down these roads many, many times, and we ask those questions for a reason, and it's to protect you, and make sure you get the right product.
Sure. Our goal here is just to make sure that you have the best experience you possibly can with us from start to finish. So, me selling you a product that doesn't fit in your house doesn't usually end up with a good experience for anybody.
Not for anyone.
No. So, all right. Well, I guess that's everything for today, right?
Yeah, if you need new appliances, we'll be there tomorrow.